A friend of mine just brought this to my house after buying it at an antique store. The rear is blank, and there are 2 bits that slide from each side, but not much. I'm in Australia if it makes a difference. If anyone has a clue about what it is, that would be greatly helpful. It's a World War II bomb selector panel, used in Lancaster and Wellington bombers. Its use was to select, arm, and release specific bombs in precise patterns. It managed bomb bay storage points, allowing crews to set single or salvo drops and control the order of release. It was placed on the starboard wall of the main bomb aimer's compartment. Does anyone have an idea what this table or pedestal is designed for? Around 24 inches tall and made entirely of wood. I can't figure out what this is used for. My initial thought was a plant stand. Any information would be greatly appreciated. That's a vintage ashtray stand that held magazines and newspapers. My grandparents had one of these in the 70s. This combination included an ashtray that looks to be missing. It was specifically fitted to the depression in the wood. In the olden days, people smoked and read magazines. What is the device he is using? This is a painting by Henry Alexander, but I haven't been able to find more information about what it is depicting. Does anyone know what specifically it is called? That's a 19th century analytical balance in front of him, but I can't really tell what is in his hands. It's a highly sensitive laboratory instrument designed to measure small masses in the sub-milligram range with extreme accuracy. It features a transparent enclosure to prevent air currents from affecting measurements. These balances are essential for quantitative analysis, sample preparation, and formulation in labs. What is this device I bought in an auction, which was with cobbler items? The metal arms rotate, and the spring object on top does function. The cobbler items it was with were from the early 1900s. Please let me know your thoughts. It's a 1940s to 1960s foldable clarinet stand, used by musicians to securely hold clarinets or trumpets during performances. It was specifically designed to be compact, often allowing it to be stored directly inside the bell of the clarinet or in a case. What is this wooden box with metal cylinders found at an estate sale? About 8.5 by 10 by 6 inches, and the front metal part has little hinged squares that open and close. The third image is a slip attached to the bottom, and the fourth image is the text from the slip, roughly transcribed. Any ideas? What you have is a patent model of a steam boiler furnace. You can see exactly the same arrangement in the figures of the patent. It was patented on August 15, 1848, by Spencer Hungerford of Slaterville, New York. The model isn't for a salesman. It's instead a model that was made in order to help explain the invention to the patent office. That's why it's labeled Patent Model. At the time this patent was applied for, submitting this model would have been a legal requirement. This is a pretty neat thing to own. Personally, I'd print and frame the patent document to go with it. What is this 7-inch tin that has a handle on the outside that turns a small half cup at the bottom? Word and picture searches have only told me it's from 1950. Someone suggested it's a sieve, but there is no screen at the bottom. What is this intended to be used for? It's a coffee tin with what's called a Dosa cafe mechanism. My parents had the exact same one when I was a child. It's used to fill mocha pots. It dispenses a portion of coffee out of the hole in the bottom when you rotate it. You put coffee powder in it, with the handle positioned so the cup faces up like in your third picture. To use it, you put it on the top of the mocha pot and turn the handle 360 degrees. This will let in the right amount of coffee and close the bottom again. What is this thing that was passed down from my late grandparents? We have no idea what purpose it serves. It rolls and stays upright, and the piece on top is set on a spring. About waist height, 3 feet give or take some inches, and it's very heavy. We're from Louisiana, if that helps. Can anyone help my family solve the mystery? It's the remains of a Rolodor ashtray from 1929. They self-balance and roll around because they were originally used on train cars. There is a neat little cup at the top to dispose of your ash, and even a matchbox down below. It was patented on September 9, 1930, by Amalia Earls and Edgar H. Barb of Los Angeles, California. What is this thing I found while magnet fishing? It's cast iron, canoe-shaped but with elongated ends, hollowed out with 2 short integral hollow pedestals, each with a 6-inch hook set with what appears to be lead solder. About 13 inches long, 1 3/4 inches tall, about 3 inches wide, and weighs about 2 pounds. I've included pictures taken right after it was found. There are no visible markings, no legs cast on the exterior of the bottom, and is largely unremarkable, except for the fact that I cannot identify it. Google and Google Lens have brought only frustration. The hooks, one of which broke while I was trying to straighten it, seem to be an important clue and indicate that it was intended to hang from something. I'm guessing it could have hung from a horizontal rope or wire, or maybe have hooked onto some kind of stud up inside something like a decoy or the keelboard of a sailboat. The closest I've come to finding an object similar to this is an incense burner, but my thing doesn't have legs, and the eyes of the hooks are oriented wrong to support a stick of incense. I'm baffled. Can anyone help identify what this might be? It took me a while to recall what this thing could be. This thing catches the oil or grease for the bearing. In water-powered and steam-powered mills, the power is transmitted throughout the building with spinning shafts suspended from the ceiling. At the intersections of the hanger rods and the shafts, you have bearings. The type of bearings used at this point in time were slip bearings. The bearing is made out of bearing metal, a soft alloy with a lower melting point than the metal of the shaft and hanger. If the grease ran out, the bearing could melt and drip onto you or catch the building on fire. What is this device in our local medical museum? The curators cannot figure out the function of this curious contraption. The box is approximately 11.5 inches wide, 5.5 inches high, and 5.5 inches deep. Any ideas are greatly appreciated. Please tell us down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.